Good afternoon, everyone. The main purpose of this video is for you to be aware of the correct answers to all the questions or items in our quiz number 2, covering the topics about mirrors, plane and spherical mirrors, lenses, concave and convex lenses, along with electric motors and generators. So that's the only coverage of quiz number 2. But remember, for your exam tomorrow, it covers all the lessons that we have tackled for the entire second quarter, beginning with electromagnetic waves, the proponents of electromagnetic waves, the key properties of electromagnetic waves, frequency, wavelength, and energy. Please recall how those three key properties relate from each other. Next are, of course, the practical applications of the electromagnetic waves, from radio waves to gamma rays. And of course, included as well in your second quarter exam are the topics on mirrors, lenses, and electromagnetic waves. And as well as the electric motors and generators. So please listen attentively, watch this lesson for the concepts to be clarified on your part. I hope this video lesson, or I mean, this rationalization session would help you review for tonight in preparation for the exam tomorrow. Don't forget to review your answers in our previous exam, quiz number 1. Okay, now let's begin. For test 1, multiple choice. What's the nature of the image formed in a plane mirror? Remember, guys, all throughout the sessions that we conducted, even investigating the simulation application, and even investigating on a real type of mirrors and lenses, I told you to describe or characterize them based on the mnemonic laws: location, orientation, size, and type. For this particular item, you notice that the choices revolve around the type of image formed and the orientation of the image that you could see, and focusing on a plane mirror. So remember, when you look at your image in a plane or a regular mirror that you use, um, the object is of the same size as the reflection or the image that you could see in a main mirror. So that's um, same size. Aside from that, upright, because when you look at yourself in a plane mirror, wala ka man yan nagabaliskad. So that's upright. And of course, you realize that whatever the orientation of the image is directly related to its type of image form. So kung upright, automatic, the type of image formed is virtual. On the other hand, if the orientation of the image is inverted, and of course, the type of image formed will be real. And so, yes, answering this question, what type of image formed in a plane mirror? The answer is letter B, virtual and upright. Number 2, which type of reflection produces a clear, sharp image? You could see a reflection that is clear and sharp if it hits on a smooth surface. And that type of reflection is called specular reflection. Number 3, in a plane mirror, where is the image located in relation to the object? Um, I have told you before that if the intersection of our reflected or refracted rays occur behind or sa likod sa mirror, the type of image formed will always be virtual. On the other hand, if the intersection or the image would be formed in front of the mirror or of the lens, the image usually is a real image. So, uh, since since you could see in a plane mirror an upright position image, automatic you know that it's a virtual image, right? And remember, a virtual image is always situated behind the mirror. So the answer here is letter A. Number 4, what type of reflection occurs when light is scattered in different directions? Remember, Light scatters in different directions if it hits on a rough surface. And this type of reflection is no other than diffused reflection. Number 5, if a plane mirror, if you move closer to the mirror, how does your image appear to move? So, you know that from our virtual investigation, when you move the image closer to the mirror, I mean, if you move the object closer to the mirror, then the image will also move closer to the mirror, same distance of the object towards the mirror as the image that you could see. So the answer is letter A. Number 6, what is the nature of the image formed in a plane mirror concerning its size and orientation? So bago ko lang naging hamba sa imo kag earlier, so the correct answer here is same size and upright. Next, number 7. Which characteristic does not apply to an image formed in a plane mirror? Okay, so the answer here could either be letter C or letter D. So any of the two, remember guys, plane mirror, the image is laterally inverted. Klaro man na sa ato, no? Because when you look at yourself in a plane mirror, when you raise your left arm, it seems like the image you're looking at is raising his right arm. So there's a lateral inversion happening there, and that occurs in a plane mirror. Aside from that, letter B, it applies to a image form in a plane mirror because the image is virtual. Kaya nakita mo gani upright man ang imong reflection in a plane mirror. Third one, the image can be projected onto the screen is incorrect. This does not apply to an image form in a plane mirror because this image, when it is projected onto a screen, it's a real image. And remember, plane mirror only gives us a virtual image. So letter C does not apply to an image form in a plane mirror. And letter D, the image is magnified, meaning bigger. Di ba la, plane mirror, the image that you could see in a plane mirror is the same size as the object you're looking at. So this negates the characteristics of a plane mirror. So the answer in number 7 is letter C or letter D. I hope it's clear to everyone. Number 8, which of the following best describes a virtual image? O again ha, ginabasihan natin virtual image. And virtual image are usually formed when light rays do not actually meet but appear to diverge from a point. That's the reason why if you look at the intersection of a virtual image, kung di na-form ang virtual image, do dash ang line, meaning it does not actually meet there, but it appears to diverge at that point. Number 9, what are the two laws of reflection? Of course, ano tong laws of reflection? Reflection occurs at different angles and light travels in a straight line. Okay, let's check ha. This is the correct answer. Why is letter B incorrect? The first statement is correct. Angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. Correct na siya, no? Kay kung 15 degrees ang angle of incidence, the angle of reflection, supposedly sala gali. The reflection is 15 degrees. Area, refraction gali. So that makes the statement incorrect. Okay? Reflection. Letter C. Why is this letter C incorrect? Angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. This is the angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. And, okay, sige. The correct answer here in, correction ha, the correct answer or the best answer here in number 9 is letter C. The angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. Correct na siya, mutamba ko sa inyo. Kung 15 degrees ang angle of incidence, then the angle of reflection is also 15 degrees. And remember that light travels in a straight line, and that is letter C. Next, number 10. O, ara na. If the angle of incidence is 25 degrees, the angle of reflection is also 25 degrees. Number 11. What is the nature of the image formed in a plane mirror? O, liwat-liwat ha. Same lang to kang gina. Again, virtual and upright. Letter B. Plane mirror ang ginastoryahan. Kay nga ang real sala na ni siya kay di balagi nambal na kung upright ang image automatic it is a virtual image. Number 12, what type of reflection occurs when light interacts with a smooth and polished surface? So klaro na naton, it's specular reflection or regular reflection, letter D. Proceed to number 13. Which of the following mirrors curves inwards, resembling the inner surface of a sphere? So if it curves inwards, it's a concave mirror. What type of mirror is commonly used in a rear view mirror to provide a wider field of view? So this wider field of view is one key property of a convex mirror. So the answer here is letter B. We move forward to number 15. For a convex mirror, what type of image is always formed, irrespective of the object's position? So, if you notice, di ba lagi nagamit na natin siya as a rear view mirror to give us a wider field of view. And when you look at the image in or the reflection or the image in a convex mirror, it's smaller, it's always virtual, and it's always upright. So the answer here is letter D. Number 16. When an object is placed beyond the focal point of a concave mirror, what type of image is formed? So remember, beyond the focal point is in front of. Usually, in front of a concave mirror. And kapila na naton ginliwat-liwat both in simulation activity that we had as well as the personal investigative process that we had, that if the object is located within the focal point, the image will always be upright and virtual. But if it is beyond the focal point, it's always real and inverted. So the answer here is letter A. Number 17. Which mirror is commonly used as a makeup mirror to produce an enlarged, upright image? So only the concave mirror could either give you a virtual and real image, either of the two. Again, if the object is located within the focal point or within the focal length or in between the focus and the center of within the focus and the vertex of the concave mirror, the image will always be upright, enlarged, and virtual. So the answer here is letter A. Number 18. Which of the following statements is true about a virtual image? Remember, virtual image appears to be behind the mirror and is seen in an upright position. So that's letter B. What else? Formed after the light rays are reflected from the mirror, seems to appear behind the mirror and is upside down. So this makes the statement incorrect. So all of the above is not the correct answer. Number 18, the correct answer is letter B. 19, what kind of mirror is used by dentists in examining tooth cavities? So the main reason why doctors use this type of mirror, dentists, I mean, use this type of mirror is for them to see the reflection of the tooth that they're checking enlarged or magnified para mas klaro ang cavities. and ginapalapit siya. So when you realize, looking through the simulation activity that we had, if it is within the focal length or near, very near the concave mirror, you could see an enlarged image upright. So that is what dentists use. So the answer in number 19 is letter A. 20. Which mirror concepts explains why the word ambulance is written in reverse in an ambulance car? So, the correct answer here is letter A. Diba la? This is one of the property of a plane mirror. Multiple image happens in a kaleidoscope, not in a regular plane mirror, okay? And plane mirror does not give us a real image. So that's the reason why C is also incorrect. 21. You see the reflection of the analog type of clock without numbers in a plane mirror. The image formed by the hands of the clock shows the time of 3:30. That is the usual time. What is the real time? Remember, in a plane mirror, di ba la may lateral inversion? So if it seems like what you're looking at in an analog type of clock sa reflection is 3:30, ang original na iya is the inverted side of 3:30, and that is plaga ni 12, 1, 2, 3. So that is 9:30. Letter C. Okay. Next number 22. Which of the following uses concave or diverging lens? Remember guys, a concave lens is somehow ang image nga ma-form niya is somehow the same of sa convex nga mirror. And kung i-recall mo, ang convex mirror will always give you an upright image and at the same time a virtual image that is smaller than an original size of the object. So diin nato na siya usually ginagamit. Of course, sa magnifying glass hindi pwede kay ginamagnify mo. Dentist siya ginamagnify man ya ang image sang imo nga tooth kung ginabutang niya ang mirror na sa lapit sa ngipon sang estudyante. Same with telescopes. So kung diin niya ginagamit ang concave lens, it's in a car's headlight. Kaya kung nakita nyo, ang car headlight, ang iya nga flash is daw naga-diverge, naga-scatter siya, such that at night, in particular, ang mga, ang kalsada or ang mga salakyan sa atubang, kitaon niya gid because the light rays diverge or scatters. So the answer in number 22 is letter A. Okay, 23. Hannah is nearsighted. She can see objects near her, but those far from afar seems to be blurry. To correct her vision condition, her ophthalmologist will most likely prescribe her with what kind of lens. So, si Hannah nearsighted. In short, makakita siya sa lapit, but sa layo, hindi. So, ang problema there is when the object is far, she cannot see it clearly. And what type of lens do we use to ensure that we could see an object from afar, wider field of view, and that is a concave or diverging lens, diba? So that's what we're going to use to correct the blurry vision of Hannah. Kay ang matabo sina, ginapa-move backwards siya ang intersection of the light rays para magkadto sa retina, para makakita siya even objects from afar. So the answer number 23 is letter B. When you hold a convex lens farther from you to see objects afar, the image that you could see is, again, now, para hapos i-recall darling, anong correct answer? Convex lens. Ang image nga ma-form niya is just like the same as that as a concave mirror. And bala nyo sa concave mirror, kung lapit ang object sa mirror, upright and virtual image. Pero kung nagapalayo sa mirror, it gives us a real and inverted image. Okay? Real and inverted image. Naga-differ man ang iya nga size kung ara siya at the center of curvature, if the object is located at the center of curvature, same size siya. If it's just in between the center of curvature and the focus, the larger yeah size. But if it's farther beyond the center of curvature, mas layo pag yun. And that's what you do when you hold a convex lens farther from you. Okay? For you to see the objects from afar. So what happens is the image is now inverted. Kay inverted siya, it's a real type of image which agrees to the fact that if the object is located in front or if the image is located in front of the mirror, what happens is it's inverted because it's already a real image. And at the same time, if it's very far from you, the image becomes smaller. So the answer in number 24 is letter D, smaller and upside down. Now we move forward to number 25. So this is now the opposite of the previous situation earlier. Si Joseph naman niya was sitting on a bench when suddenly someone sat beside him. He tried to look at the person sitting next to him, yet he failed to recognize who the person was because his face or her face is blurry. As a far-sighted person, he can clearly see those from afar, but it's difficult for him to recognize people's faces near or close to him. To correct his vision problem, what kind of lens would the ophthalmologist prescribe him? Now, si Joseph naman niya is a far-sighted person. He could see objects or yeah, faces from afar, but ang mga lapit sa iya, hindi iya makita. Okay? So what type of lens should we use para makakita siya sang mas malapit? So balan mo daan, kung farsighted ka, the intersection of the light rays occurs behind the retina, sa likod siya. So mas klaro ang image, makita mo gid ya ang ginalantaw mo if the intersection of the light rays occurs exactly at the retina. So this type of mirror, which happens to be a convex or a converging mirror, will be used by the ophthalmologist so that ma-adjust niya ang reflection or ang intersection of light rays from behind the retina going exactly at the retina. So the answer number 25 is letter A. Number 26. Which two forces are required to operate with generators and electric motors? So of course, from the word itself, I remember, diba, in our activity about electric motor, we have with us a battery. So there's an source of electricity there, and we also have magnets in there. So and that interaction or the electromagnetic wave nga naga-move has an electromagnetic field that operates our generators and electric motors. So the answer number 26 is letter A. Now let's proceed to number 27. What do you call a device that transforms mechanical energy to electrical energy? So this is an example of an electric generator, opposite of an electric motor, because an electric motor transforms electrical energy into mechanical energy that made your armature move or spin in our previous activity. Number 28. How does an electric generator differ from an electric motor? So generators convert mechanical energy into electrical energy, while motors convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. So this is the correct answer. Number 29. Which of the situation below shows a basic electric motor works? Well, let's see. An energy contained in a batteries of a vehicle is transformed into wheel rotation. Correct. Electrical energy to mechanical energy. Letter B. Electrical energy converted into blade rotation. in the food processor and cut down food. That is also correct. Choice letter C is both A and B. Choice letter D is none of this. So, of course, the correct answer, best answer here is letter C. Number 30. He was credited for discovering the electric currents create magnetic field, which is the first connection found between electricity and magnetism. So, siya gid ya ang foundation sinid. Na-recall niyo tong aton nga discussion in the first lesson in the second quarter when I introduced to you my great-great-great-great-grandfather. When I told you that this grandfather, great-great-great-great-grandfather of mine is a professor, and he discovered it due to serendipity. Actually, he didn't know that this exists, but he had with him a setup. May ara lang siya electric source, and then kin-connect yun na siya sa may wire. Kay gusto yan lang ipakita is to for students to know the heating effect of electricity. But when he accidentally put a needle or a compass in front of the setup, the needle twitched. So it only entails that electric currents create magnetic fields, and that's no other than as my great grandfather, Hans Christian Ørsted. Next, number 31. Which is the correct sequence in the operation of generator in the production of electricity in hydroelectric power plant? So let's see. The correct answer here is letter B. Bravo. It begins with hydropower plants capture the energy of falling water to generate electricity. So gina-capture inaanay ang energy from falling water usually in a reservoir. Tapos in that reservoir, what happens is ang tubig maagi sa may penstock padalom, and it goes to a turbine. And that turbine converts the kinetic energy of the falling water into mechanical energy. Next is the generator that is attached to the turbine converts that mechanical energy from the turbine into electrical energy, and that electrical energy or electric current is directed through copper wires to power machines and devices. So the answer number 31 is letter B. If you watched thoroughly the video lesson that I shared to you last time about electric motors and generators, na-explain ni siya. Okay? So dapat balaan nyo ni. Next, number 32. What is the essential principle behind operation of the simple electric motor? So that is, of course, Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Number 33. Which of the following is a device that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy? Kapila ko na ginano, that is an example of an electric motor. And example of which are electric bicycle, microwave oven, rice cooker. So the answer here is letter D, all of the above. 34. What do you call a huge wheel that rotates when driven by water, wind, and steam? So that's a turbine. Letter C. Number 35. Which of the following is not true? Hindi matuod about motors and generators. So isa-isa ho natin ha. Letter A. The more solenoid coils in a motor, the stronger the electromagnet. This is true. Letter C. Letter B. DC motors are mostly powered by cells and battery. This is also true. Current is produced when the armature is not being rotated in electric generators. This is not true. This is false. Kaya di bala makita nyo ya? Ay sorry, the answer is C. Kung may ara current nga na-produce, ang armature naton will rotate. Ma-rotate na saya because there's an electromagnetic field nga na-produce dara. Okay. Identification. When you hold a convex lens, again, convex lens is just like a concave mirror. Uy, doon na, sabat na ni Kagina. Smaller, and inverted or upside down. So, any lang ha, inverted or upside down. So, that's a convex lens. Just like the image formed in a concave mirror. Lenses of our eyes. So, ang hint ninyo dere is what type of lens? Of course, either concave or convex lens. So, ano bala nga type of lens or ang aton nga eyes? What type of lens is that? Is it a concave or a convex lens? So it's a convex lens. Next, when you hold a concave lens farther from you to see objects afar, the image you could see is smaller and always upright. Diba? Kay ang ato niyang concave lens is just like a convex mirror. And na-recall nyo na in a convex mirror, regardless of the distance of the objects towards the lens or the mirror, it will always give you a smaller, upright, and virtual image. Number 4, you tell me the properties of lights. It either reflection or refraction. If it reflects or refracts light. So lenses refract light while mirrors reflect light. Number 5, using a convex lens, there will be no image formed if the object is located at the f1. Now let's proceed to the essay type of test. The first question is, why do vehicles use convex mirrors or side or rear view mirrors? How do the properties of the image help drivers? So remember yung property ha, ang convex mirrors gives you a wider field of view. And because of that, the drivers could really see the cars behind his car, 'di ba? Behind him. So mga blind spots nga do alang hindi na kinanglan pa ang driver nga magbalikid pa, and ang mga blind spots makita yagid. So that helps really the driver to ensure that safe ang iya nga pag-drive, and kung if ever gusto niya mag-overtake, wala sa iya problema because sakita iya nga layo pa ang iya nga car sa cars behind him or her. Okay? So, that's it. Number 2, what are the main differences between images formed by convex and concave lenses? So, balaan nyo na ha. You relate the lenses to the type of mirror. Ang convex lens is just like a concave mirror. Ang iya nga image nga ma-form is just like a concave mirror. On the other hand, concave lenses, ang image nga ma-form niya is just like the images that you could see in a convex mirror. So, differentiate them. So, in using a convex lens, the image that you could see will always be upright, virtual, and smaller than the object being viewed. Whereas in a convex lens, the image that you could see could either be upright or inverted. Thus, it could give us a real and a virtual image depending on the distance of the objects towards the lens. If the object is located within the focal point or lapitan na sa in between sang focal point and the vertex of a convex lens, it will give you an upright, virtual, and enlarged image. But if it is beyond the focal point of the convex lens, it could either give you a smaller, bigger, or equal size that is real and inverted type of image. Number 3, identify what type of lens would be used to correct nearsightedness, then explain how the type of lens corrects such problem. So, I think na-discuss ko na ni Kagina with regards to Hana nga condition nga nearsighted siya. So, kindly review the video part. Kaya na-explain ko na to, how that type of lens would be used to correct her vision problem. So, good luck, guys. I hope you'll ace the test. You'll get a high score in our exam tomorrow. Good luck. Study well. Review our lessons from lesson 1 to lesson 5. I will just return your test paper after na nga nakakuha na kamo sa exam. Good, your test paper for the quizzes, ha? Kay gimpang record ko pa subong. So that is all for this afternoon. Thank you so much. Good luck and have a good night.